Imagine this. You spent 3 years learning English. You can write an email. You can pass a test. You know the grammar better than most native speakers. And then one day, you walk into a room full of real English speakers, and you feel completely invisible. Not because your English was bad, but because what you learned and what people actually say are two completely different languages. Today, I'm going to fix that. We're going to follow one person through one day, and every phrase we meet, you'll understand not from a definition, but from what happens to them. This is Ellen's Deep English podcast, and today, we follow Alex. Alex is 29 years old. He studied English for 6 years. School, university, apps, podcasts. He's good, really good. His grammar is clean, his vocabulary is wide, his pronunciation is clear. Last month, Alex moved to Dublin for a new job at a tech company. He was excited. He was ready. On his first day, his new colleague, a woman named Claire, walked over to his desk and said 4 words. "You all right? Fancy one?" And Alex froze. Not because the words were difficult. He knew all those words individually, but together, in that moment, he had no idea what Claire was asking him. That moment, that gap between knowing words and understanding people, that's exactly what today is about. We're going to spend one day with Alex, morning to evening, and every time something confusing happens to him, we stop, and we figure it out together. Oh, and before we begin, there is one word Alex uses all day long because he thinks it sounds polite. Native speakers hear it and think something very different. We'll get to that word at the end. Keep it in mind. So, Claire walks over, holds out a mug, says, "You all right? Fancy one?" Alex panics. He thinks, "All right? Am I all right? Is she asking if something is wrong with me? Do I look sick? Did I do something wrong already on my first day?" He says very formally, "I am fine, thank you. I am not sick." Claire blinks. There's an awkward silence. She puts the mug down and walks away. Here's what actually happened. "You all right?" is not a medical question. It's a greeting. It means exactly the same as "How are you?" or "Hey, how's it going?" Except it's softer, warmer, more everyday. And fancy one? Fancy here doesn't mean elegant or stylish. It means, do you want one? Would you like one? Claire was offering him coffee. That's it. That's the whole conversation. The correct answer was simply, "Yeah, I'm good, thanks. That'd be brilliant." And Alex would have had a friend on day 1. Notice something. "You all right?" and "Fancy one?" are not formal. They don't follow textbook grammar perfectly, but they carry something grammar never can. Warmth. The feeling that someone sees you and is happy to talk to you. Let's practice. Listen first, then say it with me. Don't wait for me to finish. Follow me. "You all right?" "You all right?" Almost sounds like "y'all right." "Fancy one?" "Fancy one?" Soft, rising melody at the end. Now reply, "Yeah, I'm good, thanks. That'd be brilliant." Don't just say the words. Feel the music. "You all right?" goes up at the end, like a hand reaching out. "That'd be brilliant." Goes down, warm, settled, grateful. 2 hours later. Alex is in his first team meeting, 10 people around the table. His manager, a guy named Dan, is trying to open a file on the projector. It's not working. Dan looks at his laptop, clicks a few times, then says to the room, "Bear with me. This thing hates Mondays." The whole room laughs. Alex does not laugh. He is thinking, "Bear? Like the animal? Bear with me? What does the bear have to do with this?" Nobody is thinking about a bear. "Bear with me" is a phrase that means, please be patient. Give me a moment. I just need a second. Dan wasn't panicking. He was doing something very natural and very English. He was managing the awkward silence with humor and a phrase that tells everyone, "I'm in control. Just give me a moment. We'll be fine." This is what native speakers do constantly. They use language not just to carry information, they use it to manage energy in the room. When Alex finally presents his numbers later, he says, "Please wait." It's correct. It's understood. But it sounds like a robot. What he could have said was, "Bear with me, just pulling up the numbers." Same meaning, completely different feeling. Here's what's interesting about "bear with me." It does two jobs at the same time. It buys you time and it keeps the listener on your side. Say it with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Smooth, one connected phrase, not three separate words. Your English isn't coming fast enough in a conversation. You say, "Bear with me. I want to find the right word for this." Did you hear how that second one works? Bear with me, plus an honest reason. It's not weakness, it's confidence. You're telling the listener, "I know what I want to say and I'm going to find it. Just stay with me." Lunchtime. Alex is in the kitchen, making himself a sandwich. Two colleagues, Emma and James, are having a conversation nearby. Emma opens the fridge, looks inside, then turns to James. "I'm not being funny, but someone has eaten my yogurt again." Alex hears this and thinks, "Funny? She doesn't look funny. She looks annoyed. Is she saying she is funny? Is she saying she isn't funny? What does this mean?" "I'm not being funny, but" has absolutely nothing to do with humor. It's a softener, a way of saying something critical or direct without sounding aggressive, like placing a cushion before telling someone they're sitting in your seat. Emma is genuinely annoyed about the yogurt, but she knows that saying "someone stole my food" it would feel too sharp. So she puts a little buffer in front. "I'm not being funny, but" it signals, "I have a complaint, but I'm still a friendly person." You hear this in English constantly. "I'm not being funny, but this project deadline makes no sense." Or, "I'm not being funny, but you have been waiting 40 minutes for that bus." It's the polite face of a direct thought. The trick with this phrase is the rhythm. "I'm not being funny" gets said quickly. It's almost throwaway. The important part comes after the "but." Try this. "I'm not being funny, but..." "I'm not being funny, but..." Quick, then pause before the real message. Now your line. "I'm not being funny, but I've been trying to understand this for an hour." Notice, you can use this in English class. "I'm not being funny, but could we practice this one more time?" It sounds polite, it sounds native, and it gets you what you want. So, mid-afternoon. Alex gets an email from a colleague in another department. She's asking him to review a document and send her feedback. The last line of her email says, "No rush at all. I'll leave it with you and catch you later." Alex reads this and thinks, "Great, no rush." She said no rush. But 2 days later, she comes to his desk. He still hasn't done it. Why did it happen? "I'll leave it with you" doesn't mean forget about it. It means I'm trusting you with this. It's now your responsibility. No rush in English almost never means no deadline. It means I'm being polite about the deadline, but there is one. This is one of the most important phrases to understand in a work environment. When someone says, "I'll leave it with you," they are passing the ball to you. They expect you to run with it. The phrase Alex needed to send back was, "Absolutely, I'll have it with you by Thursday." That would have shown he understood, not just the words, but the social contract behind them. This phrase changes your posture at work. When you say it with confidence, you sound like someone who organizes things, who passes responsibility cleanly. Listen. "I'll leave it with you. I'll leave it with you." End of the day. Alex is packing up his bag. Claire, the colleague from the morning, the coffee woman, passes his desk. She notices Alex has been working on a presentation deck all afternoon. She stops, looks at his screen and says, "Oh, that looks brilliant. Go for it." Alex freezes again. Go for it? Go where? For what? Should he click something? Leave the room? Run? Claire wasn't giving him directions. She was giving him confidence. Go for it is one of the most energizing phrases in everyday English. It means, do it, don't hesitate, I believe in you, you've got this. You use it when someone is nervous before a job interview, when a friend is about to call someone they like, when a colleague is about to present. It says, the moment is here, step into it. And it works the other way too. When someone asks your permission or your opinion, can I try a different approach? You say, go for it. 2 words, maximum encouragement. Short phrases are the hardest to shadow because there's nowhere to hide. Every syllable counts. Let's feel the energy in this one. Slow. Go for it. Natural. Go for it. Stress on go, then smooth and quick. Go for it. Situation 1. Your friend is nervous before speaking in a meeting. You say, "You know this stuff inside out. Go for it." Situation 2. Someone asks if they can share their idea first. You say, "Go for it. I'd love to hear it." Alex made it through his first day. He was confused. He was quiet. He missed half the meaning and all the warmth. But now you know what he knows. And here's the difference between knowing and owning. Knowing is passive. Owning is speaking. Out loud. Right now. So here is your challenge. It takes 60 seconds. Imagine you are Alex. You are writing a message to a friend back home. Tell them about your first day, using at least 3 of today's phrases. Your phrases, "You all right? Bear with me. I'm not being funny, but I'll leave it with you. Go for it." Record yourself. Or write it below in the comments. 1 real sentence. That's how it starts. Write your sentence in the comments. Not because it's homework, but because a sentence that lives in the world is 10 times more powerful than a sentence that lives only in your head. Remember what I said at the beginning? There is one word Alex used all day because he thought it sounded polite. The word is kindly. Alex wrote emails all day with lines like, "Kindly find attached the document. Kindly let me know your feedback. Kindly confirm receipt of this message." In many languages, kindly feels elegant, formal, respectful. But in modern English, in a normal office, in a real workplace, kindly sounds cold. It sounds bureaucratic. It sounds like a letter from 1940. And in some contexts, it sounds irritated, like, "Kindly stop doing that." The fix is simple. Replace kindly with could you. This is the gap we've been talking about all episode. It's not about knowing more words. It's about understanding how words land, what they feel like when someone hears them. That's the real work. One video won't change your English, but one habit will. Here's the simplest thing I know. 10 minutes a day, every day. Not sometimes, every day. First 3 minutes. Listen to something real. A scene, a clip, a conversation. Don't translate, don't stop. Let the sound enter you. Then next 4 minutes. Find one phrase you heard. Shadow it. Not once, 5 times. Each time get a little closer to the original music of it. And final 3 minutes. Use it in a sentence about your actual life. Out loud, recorded. That recording is evidence. Evidence that you are a person who speaks English, not just studies it. 10 minutes, 3 steps, every day. In a year, you are not the same speaker. Alex, at the end of his first day, did something I want you to remember. He went home. He opened his notebook, and he wrote down 4 words. "You all right? Fancy one?" The 2 things Claire said to him in the morning that he didn't understand. And then he practiced them, alone, in his apartment, in front of a mirror. Not because he had to, because he wanted the next conversation to feel different. That's the whole thing. Not a system, not a method, just notice what confused you. Understand it. Make it yours. Show up tomorrow a little bit more ready. Leave your sentence in the comments. I'll see you in the next episode. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a story. Because the right episode at the right moment can change more than just your English.